All right. In this video, we'll be treating more on coefficient of determination and also solve some questions on coefficient of determination. Okay. But before then, let's try to take definition here. Please write. Coefficient of determination can be defined as the square of the coefficient of correlation. The square of the coefficient of correlation. Please take note. The square of coefficient of correlation multiplied by 100. The square of coefficient of correlation multiplied by 100. Please take note. Okay. Now it can be represented by r squared times 100. Please take note. This arrow square here, listen to me please. This arrow square here, this arrow here first is the correlation coefficient. So depending on the correlation coefficient you're asked to use, either PPMCC or ranking correlation. Now any of them you use there, you square that correlation coefficient, you multiply by 100. Okay, please write. It can be measured by percent. It can be measured by percent. Okay, we use percentage here to represent the unit of coefficient of determination. Please take note. We use percentage here to represent the unit of coefficient of determination. Okay, now please write. Note that coefficient of determination is ranging from 0 less than or equal to r here, r squared, less than or equal to 1. Please take note. Now, when I was telling you guys about correlation, we said that correlation, please take note, this guy and correlation is not the same. So that correlation is minus 1 less than or equal to r here, less than or equal to what? 1. This is for correlation. Okay, please, in case you have not watched the video for correlation, you can just go back and watch that before this. Now this is for correlation. Now why are we now using 0 not minus in terms of coefficient of correlation? Now listen, percentage, we don't have anything like negative in terms of percentage. So percentage must start with positive value. Okay, that is why our range in terms of coefficient of determination is starting from 0 less than or equal to r square, what again, less than or equal to 1, or this is the same as 0% less than or equal to r square, less than or equal to 100%. Please take note. So this guy is the same thing as this 100% is the same as class 1. Please take note. Okay, but before now, let's try to know how to solve any equation relating to coefficient of determination. Now class, in solving any equation related to coefficient of determination here, what you just have to do here is to know the method of correlation coefficients you are asked to solve. You solve that method, maybe PPMCC or Spearman's ranking correlation. After calculating for that, you you square it and multiply it by what? 100. Please take note. You square that and multiply it by 100. Let's solve a question here in order to understand what coefficient of determination is. All right, now let's solve question 1 under coefficient of determination here. Okay, just calm down, you understand it properly. It said determine the PPMC and the coefficient of determination of the data below, hence interpret the result. Okay, now we are going to understand if I will interpret the result relating to coefficient of correlation or relating to coefficient of determination. Okay, now but let's first of all know what to do here. They say determine the PPMC. We know that either PPMC or PPMCC is the same. PPMCC means that it's said to be Pearson product moment correlation coefficient, While if they stop at only this c here, that means this is what? Coefficient only. Please take note. So that means PPMC arrow C is said to be n sum of SY minus sum of S, sum of Y, okay, or divide by square root of n sum of S squared minus sum of S all squared, that is for this, please take note of this, into n sum of y squared minus sum of y all squared. Okay, now this is the formula for PPMC. Please take note. Now the next thing here is to get these parameters here. The sum of SY means total of SY. Of course, if you look into this table here, there's nothing like SY, but we are going to reform this guy here. Now the same thing here, sum of S means total of S. Sum of Y means total of Y. While this guy here, sum of S squared means total of S squared. But this is sum of S all squared. It means that we place sum of S, square the value. So the same thing applicable to this is sum of Y squared. This is sum of Y all squared. But let's just use this table here to form all the summation, and we can now replace that into here. Okay, let's take the letters here. This is my S. I can put this as S. This is my Y. Please take note. First of all, class, what are the values of S, please? That is 3, that's 6, what, 2, okay, 4, 8, 6, okay, lastly we have 2. Okay, please take note. Now let's get the values of Y, please. That is 6, 12, yes, 8, 9, 7, 10, 5. Okay, now the next one we're going to do here is to find the, remember this is what is directing us here. I can find the sum of S, that is the total of S. Please take note. Let's find the sum of S here. Last, that is sum of S. Okay, let's punch our calculator here. 31. Okay, let's go back to Y, the sum of Y. Okay, that is 6 plus 12 plus 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus 10 plus 5. What is the answer, please? That is 57. All right, now class, the next thing I'm going to get here is SY. Before I'll get what? Before I'll solve for what? Sum of SY. Okay, now let's get SY first. SY means S times Y. So we are going to tie this to this together. That is 3 times 6 is what, class? 18. Please take note. Let's go to the next one here. 6 times 12 is what? That is 72. Okay. Now 2 times 8 is what? 16. Please take note of this. 4 times this is what? 36. That is 4 times 9. 8 times 7 is what, class? 6 times 10 is what? 60. 2 times 5 is what? 10. Please take note. Okay, now let's get the summation here. So the sum of SY will be, let's punch our calculator, 18 plus 72 plus 60 plus 36 plus 56 plus 60 plus 10. That is 268. Please take note, 268. So let's go back to the formula again to know what is left. Okay, S squared. Let's get S squared here. Now S squared here, please take note. Now we are going to square the values of S. That is what? 9, 36, 4, 16, 64. Please take note. 36. What again? 4. So the next thing to get is sum of S squared. So sum of S squared is said to be, let's sum this here, the total of this, 9 plus 36 plus 4 plus 16 plus 64 plus 36 plus 4. That is 169. 169. Okay, then let's go back again. The next thing left is what? Sum of, that is y squared. Okay, now y squared here, please take note of this. Y squared here, sorry for this. Let's get y squared. Y squared here is going to be, square this is what? 36. Please take note. Square this is what? 144. Square this is what? 64. Square this is what? 81. Square this is what? 49. Square this is what? 100. Square this is what? 25. So that means the sum of y squared is said to be, okay, punch your calculator please. One what? Okay, 499. Please take notes. Okay, that means everything here is complete. We have the sum of s, y. This one is said to be the number of what? Number of pair of s and y. That is the number of frequency of s and y. That is, if you count the value here, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means n is said to be 7. So the sum of sy here is already given to us here. Sum of sy. Okay, we can replace that. Sum of s is said to be this one here. Sum of y is said to be this one here. While sum of s squared, we already have this as 169. While sum of s all square means replace sum of s, square the value. That's what it means here. So the same thing here. Sum of y squared is already given to us here. And again, sum of y all square means that replace sum of y, square the value. Okay, let's impute the values here. This is going to be arrow c here will be equal to 7 into sum of sy gave us 268, okay, minus the sum of s is what? 31. Okay, now the sum of y is what? 57. Please take note. Okay, now divide by square root of, let's replace this. That is 7 into sum of s squared is what? 169 minus, please don't forget this, minus sum of s is what? 31. You square the value here. I'm done with this. Into, now let's go over to y. Sum of y squared is what? This is 7 first into 499 minus, please take note of this. This is said to be sum of y all square is what class? 59. Please take note, all squared. Okay, please you can write. Okay, now let's try to calculate this. That is to simplify this. That is 7 times 264. Okay, that means this will be, I will see here, will be equal to class. That is 7 times 264. What is the result, please? We have that to be, yes, 7 times 264. What is the result there? That is 1,000 what? 848, right? Minus 1848. Please take notes. Now minus 31 times 57, class. 1,700 what? 67. That is 1767. Please take note. Over square root of, please take note of this. Let's just simplify this one after the other here. This times this, 1,180 what? 3 minus, okay, 331 all squared. What is the answer there? 961. All right, I'm done with this guy here. Okay, let's go to the next one there. Okay, now this times this, what is the answer? 3,490 what? 3 minus, okay, minus 57 all squared. What is the answer? 3,200 what? 49. Please take note. Okay, I'm done with this guy here. So please punch your calculator. Arrow C here will be equal to class this minus this. What is the answer, please? 1. That is 1 over 81. Sorry, 81. Okay, 81 over this minus this gave us 81. 81 over square root of. Okay, let's punch our calculator first. This minus this will give us a result. All right. 200 and what? 222 like this. Okay, that is for this. Now this minus this, what is the answer, please? That is 3493 minus 3249. 200 what? 44. Okay, please take note. Okay, finally here, let's go here. So this will give us arrow C here will be equal to class 81 over square root of, punch everything here, 222 times 244. What is the answer there? 51,100 what? Sorry, 54,160 what? 8, right? 54,000, that is 54168. Okay, now square root of this will be this. That is 81 over square root of this, square root of 54168. Square root of that, what is our result there? 232 point what? 74 like this. So everything here, finally arrow C here will be equal to class. Punch your calculator. 81 divide by this class. That is 81 divide by 232.74. 0.348 like this, right? Okay, I have this to be 0.348. But remember that this is our PPMC. Okay, this is our PPMC here. But we are not only asked to calculate PPMC, we are asked to calculate coefficient of determination. But just get this right, that before you calculate coefficient of determination, you must calculate the what? The correlation first. Please take note. Okay, we have gotten the correlation here depending on the method you are using. Now after them, how do we now get the coefficient of determination here? We say that coefficient of determination is the square of the coefficient of correlation multiplied by 100. So now let's get the coefficient of determination here, class. Listen please. Let's get the coefficient of determination here. This will be arrow squared is equal to arrow C squared times what? 100. Please take note. Now if it's ranking, we can put arrow K. If it's ranking, if I'm having this as ranking, it will be that this will be arrow square of this will be equal to arrow K squared times what? 100. Please take note. So please either this or this. So let's replace arrow square here will be equal to class. Let's replace arrow C. Arrow C is what's class? 0.348 all squared times what? 100. Okay. Now let's punch our calculator here. This will be equal to class 0.348 all squared. What is the answer, please? 0.348 all squared of 0.11 in what? Percent. Okay. Now the question now is, we are asked to interpret this particular statement here. And I asked you guys that when interpreting this statement, that is the degree of a coefficient of correlation, are we going to use the coefficient of determination or the coefficient of correlation? Now, when we are interpreting, we only interpreted coefficient of correlation. We only gave interpretation under coefficient of correlation, not coefficient of determination. So in terms of interpreting, we use coefficient of correlation. That is this guy here. Please take note. Now let's interpret this. Interpreting 0.348, we call it what? We call it weak positive correlation. Please take note. Weak positive correlation. Okay. Now all you have to do here to get all our series of statistics here is to click the button, that is the subscriber button, and get all our courses free. Okay, thank you so much and we love you.